Is to help the NHS get through the crisis. Last night across the southeast, the streets rang out with applause to thank NHS workers. And now medical students in Kent and Sussex are offering free childcare to doctors and nurses so that they can continue their work around the clock on the front line. Our reporter Charlotte Wright is at the Royal Sussex County Hospital in Brighton for us now. And Charlotte, staff say this kind of support really is vital.
Yes, of course, key workers can still send their children to school, but these buildings don't close and staff need support for their early shifts, their late shifts and even their night shifts in some cases as well. So that's why students here across the southeast and across the country have come together to step up and help out. At 8 o'clock last night, the country came alive with emotion. Hundreds of thousands of people showing their support for the NHS workers at the coalface of COVID-19. But many want to do more than just cheer from the sidelines. And now, medical students, who are not yet qualified, have found a practical way to help, looking after the children of frontline staff.
We just have such a special relationship with doctors and nurses, and they're constantly giving up their time to help us when they're most stressed as well. And at the moment when our placements have been delayed and our university has been postponed, we have got that time on our hands.
For people like Katie, a nurse in Brighton, it's a lifeline.
The scheme's really helpful for me personally because I didn't have childcare set up for my daughter because she's 10 months and she's not at nursery yet. So she's basically looked after by grandparents who now aren't able to help. So the scheme means that I can get some childcare for her so that I can get back to work.
It's proving so popular that the programme has spread across the country, with almost every medical school involved.
A lot of us have experience with children. We all have DBS checks, that's criminal conviction checks, safeguarding for adults and children, and all of us are first aid trained. So medical and healthcare students can really help support those who we look up to with our teaching.
NHS parents who'd like to take advantage of the National Health Supporters can find out more online or by searching for their local group on Facebook. Of course, the social distancing rules have to be relaxed in a lot of these cases. This childcare is vital work. Now, I think a lot of people think for these medical students being on the front line is in their bones. But actually, I think this is indicative of a wider trend that we're seeing at the moment. More than 500,000 people have signed up to the government's volunteer scheme, asking people to get involved and volunteer to help the NHS. And I think it's a timely reminder, really, of the goodness of humanity at what is a very uncertain time.
Indeed, yes, Charlotte, thank you. Now, it has been a week that started with the Prime Minister announcing a public